Hi, everyone. It's me, Tim. Today, I want to talk about two potential expansions, or you could say it's sequel, that Troika had designed for Vampire Bloodlines. I even found, buried in one of them, the fact that we were planning a trilogy, which I forgot, and there's even a little note about what the third one would be. Before I talk about that, I just want to say there have been so many comments, I literally can't keep up. I was trying to keep up. I've been doing this for just over 2 weeks. The first week, I really did try to keep up. The second week, I was falling behind. The last 2 days, I've had a lot of client meetings. I have client meetings now. I couldn't do it. I just don't have enough time, and now I've fallen so far behind. I do go through as many as I can to try to pull out requests for topics, though. So I'm trying to write down what people want for topics. If you put that in the pick a topic video, I am way more likely to see it. The other videos seem to be swamped with people talking about other video games and books and movies and other things. So now let's talk about Vampire Bloodlines. So we worked on this through the end of 2004, and I was only on it for the last year. The two documents I found for sequels are dated around the time I came on in late fall 2003. I'm pretty sure these were done by request, that Activision said, hey, when you finish, what do you think you'll do afterwards? Both of the design documents are unfinished. Turns out they're way more similar than I thought they were, but one of them mentions being part of a sequel or part of a trilogy. So the first one is called Vampire Bloodlines Exodus. In Exodus, you are basically escaping from what you just did in Bloodlines in Los Angeles, but you're not the only one who are escaping. Apparently Gehenna's coming, and a lot of vampires are trying to get out. You go to Barstow because, yeah, that's where vampires would be least likely to go. And not only are you being pursued, but there are already some vampires in Barstow. So it's a question of whether or not they will help you or hurt you. But Barstow is where the whole game takes place. Now this design document, Exodus, mentions that there will be a third one called Vampire Masquerade Final Nights, where you actually do make it to Las Vegas. And all the events happen there, and I believe Gehenna is about to happen. The other design doc was called Vampire Bloodlines Blood Hunt. And again, it takes place in Barstow. But in this one, I don't know why I'm glitching. It takes place, you're trying to get to Las Vegas, and you've sent your ghouls ahead of you. They didn't get to Vegas. You make it to a truck stop outside Barstow where you are attacked by a lot of the clans in Vegas, all the ones that you made angry. So that one only had designed the first act, so maybe it would go on to Vegas later. But in this one, you're basically being attacked by different clans for your what you did in directly in Los Angeles in Bloodlines. We didn't go into a lot of detail of exactly what would be going on. There is some storyline, there is some suggested system mechanics, but because we did this a year before we shipped, we had left a lot of things to be TBD, to be determined, because we wanted to see what resonated from Bloodlines and also what mechanics could be improved. And that's a big thing. After a game comes out, you usually scour all the reviews and look for common elements in them of what people liked and what they didn't like, and that informs your next one. So both of these are very vague, but I think it's interesting that we made two different proposals and they're both in Barstow. But we had already started thinking about a sequel to the sequel, so we're already thinking of it in terms of a trilogy. It's too bad it didn't get made, but I like to think of what Dr. Seuss said, which is, don't be sad it's over, be happy it happened. I'm paraphrasing. And that's my attitude on this. Bloodlines, love that people love it. It was a labor of love to make. It was a difficult process. But obviously, at some point, we were already thinking about doing it again and maybe even again. Maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't. But I'm just glad that I keep these design docs around to explain to people in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching.